And welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and it's the full release. They finally released the game out of early access, which means we got two new factions and two new maps, which we had to unlock, a couple new extra secret units, and yeah, just the full game finally. It's great, and so of course to celebrate, why not come back to tabs and try out another non-ahistorical battle, I should say. So, what we've got on one side is we've got Romans, but these are not your ordinary Romans. These are your undead Romans, your undead legionaries and all that. And of course we're on the dark map here, which means we are going to be going up against some forces of darkness. So it sort of just made sense. Undead legionaries, the undead might of Rome versus the undead might of, well, the undead. So, obviously we're going to start with Rome first, just because they're quickest to get out of the way. So we've got some legionaries right here, just regular old legionaries. We've of course got the centurion at the front, and it's a 7x3 group of legionaries. Behind them we have got a 7x3 of triarii, undead triarii, with their undead centurion as well there. And then, following up behind them, we have got some undead praetorians. We've got the praetorian centurion here, and he's got a 5x2 deep of praetorians, and then we've got an undead legate with two more undead praetorians next to him. And then following them up, we have got Pluto, Roman god of the underworld. And so here he is. He's got his fireballs, he's got his reaper things, and he's just going to be following up the undead Romans. Going up against them, we have got the forces of evil. These are a combination of the already existing spooky faction. We've got some secret units in here, and we've also got the new evil faction straight up. So at the front here, we've got some what are they? Fallen Sentinels, I believe these guys are called. Well, these ladies, are, rather, I should say. These ladies are called, and they've got these shields which sort of turn into axes when they get close. So I think the shields protect them from projectiles, and then when they get close, they have arrows. Obviously, I did not put down any velites, actually. As a point, I need to put down some velites before we do this. But yes, these guys will protect them from arrows and projectiles, and then behind them we have got a 7x3 deep of just skeleton warriors. These guys, yeah, they're just your basic stiffy skeleton warriors. Behind them we have got one necromancer and two banshees, which are from the secret units. I've no idea what they do, but they look cool, and that's all that matters. And then behind them we've got two skeletal giants, which yeah, pretty scary. And then we've got another 7x3 of undead skeleton warriors, and then behind them we've got two void cultists, I believe they're called. Yeah, void cultists behind them. And then following up for another 5, we have got another 5 fallen sentinels. I didn't put down any sort of big unit for them, because either they would just completely wipe out the Romans, no problem, or there wasn't anything good that I just wanted to put down there. So let me put down some undead velites for these guys. As you can see, they've now got a new put down animation. So yes, there you go. 70 undead Romans versus 59 undead people, I guess. Let's see how well this goes. The points are a bit imbalanced. As you can see, the Romans are 2,000 less points, even though they do have more troops. Maybe that means that the more powerful units of the undead will give them good stead, but we'll have to see. So let's get into this. So in they go. Obviously the velites are going to throw their javelins first. Here they go. Obviously legionaries are going to be coming in, followed by the triarii. In go the first wave of velite missiles, heading towards the fallen sentinels. We'll have to see how well that does. In goes a necromancer. Necromancer fires his projectiles, but the centurion blocks them, sends them back. Oh no, those are banshees, I think, actually. But in go the first wave of legionaries. Oh, they're flying straight over the top of those fallen sentinels, but in they go. In goes some more velite javelins as well, probably from the second row with the velites. As you can hear, it's just sort of noise. Everyone's getting scared because of the stiffy ability, which the Romans also have. Looks like, oh my god, is that the banshee, or is that, I think those are the banshees doing that. So they're having fun with that. In goes one of the giant skeletons. We've got 2 giant skeletons here, and they're going to be a bit of a problem for the Romans. I was thinking that the Romans here wouldn't have too much problem with the actual skeletal warriors, but it looks like the Romans have actually come up with a bit of problem against the Banshees. But I think the Banshees... Oh no, there they are. The Banshees are back there. Where's the Necromancer is the question. Oh, but there goes the Void Cultist. The Void Cultist does that thing. Don't know what that is, but I think he just sort of groups them all together. In goes the Giant Skeletal Warrior. We've got 2 of the Fallen Sentinels tackling with a Undead Triari. Oh, I say as the Triari just gets axed. Down goes him. Pluto getting involved, throwing his fireballs, so we're going to have some ranged fireball projectiles coming in. Obviously, going to be easy to hit the skeletal warriors, the giant skeletons. Looks like we've got the Praetorians now getting involved. Obviously, they're now into the fight as in comes this second wave of attack for the forces of darkness, forces of evil. Got a Triari pushing back here. Not sure who he was going for. I think he was going for just one of the skeletal warriors. They really need to try and take out the Banshees. Oh, here is the Necromancer sitting back out of the way. Looks like the Romans are having a bit of problem. We've still got both of the giant skeletal warriors are still up. We've also got a couple of the fallen sentinels. We've got the Void Cultists, obviously, still sitting there doing their thing. We've got a thin screen of Romans left over here. Looks like we've got a Praetorian who has got stuck in over here. Looks like there's another Praetorian down there who is still alive. That's the Praetorian Centurion, actually, still alive down there, though probably not for long as he's getting stepped on by a giant skeleton. Pluto doing his ranged attacks, throwing his fireballs, hoping to get some good kills there. Looks like that's a dead Centurion right there. Just got fireballs coming in from Pluto. He hasn't actually managed to skewer anyone on his... oh no, he's managed to skewer one person, one skeleton warrior on his bits and bobs over there. It looks like the legate is sort of trapped in a hole a little bit there. Don't know how he got over there. Looks like him and a couple of Praetorians were trying to deal with the giant skeletal warrior dropping down there. As for the main fight, there's just a whole load of bones everywhere. We've still got a Banshee. We've actually still got a couple of skeletal warriors, and it looks like the giant skeletons, yeah, they're doing the work for them. Pluto trying to aim his fireballs. He really needs to get better at aiming those. Skeletal warrior. Oh. He went for the Velite, but he didn't manage to get a good connecting hit. Just glanced off the shield. It looks like we've got a Void Cultist, both Void Cultists. We've got some fallen sentinels as well. We've got a not a Centurion. We've got a Praetorian there. Well, it looks like the legate has managed to get out of his hole that he was stuck in. Still trying to deal with these giant skeletal warriors. He makes a giant leap. Either that or he's being brought up by the Banshee, which it looks like it might be. Still got one skeletal warrior down there. The Praetorians are really the ones that are making the push now for the undead Romans. Going for the might of the Empire. We've also got one Praetorian who obviously got chucked over here at some point, but he's going to get back stuck in. Looks like they have yet to kill either of the big skeletal warriors, but it looks like those are probably one of their few remaining actual melee combat units. We've obviously still got these skeletal warriors over here, but hopefully the Praetorians won't have too much of a problem dealing with them. We've still got one Triari over here. Try and deal with the skeletal warrior. And yeah, the skeletal warriors over here are just absolutely not making any headway against the 3 Praetorians that are sort of locked up here. They're sort of hugging each other. I don't know what these Praetorians are doing. Please, I need you to not do that. Over here, oh, they managed to take down one of the giant skeletons. Look at him go. There's also a Praetorian shield there, which I'm concerned for the legate, but I don't know. Is the legate dead? The legate might be dead. We've still got one fallen sentinel. Looks like they're the last remaining one. The giant skeleton is getting involved with the Velites. Oh my god, as several of them just went scattering. There's a Void Cultist back here as well. Hello there. Hello, Void Cultist. Looks like giant skeletons. Yeah, giant skeletons versus Romans cannot compare. Pluto as well is not been as effective as I'd like him to be. Looks like the Praetorians as well. One of them's gone down. We've still got one there. I think he might be the only one. I think the other one has died as well. I have a feeling, which is very unfortunate. We've got skeletal bones everywhere. Over here, meanwhile, the last few Velites trying their best to see if they can't kill off maybe a Void Cultist, but I don't know about that. Got one skeletal warrior there. We've still, of course, got the Fallen Sentinel. Oh, I thought he died, but no, he's just going for the Velites. Come on, Pluto. Oh my god, don't fall down the hole. For God's sakes, don't fall down the hole, Pluto. You're like the last remaining Roman here that I need you to live. Looks like the last Praetorian over here has just died, I think. Yes, just died. Most unfortunate. Most unfortunate for them. We've got probably one or two remaining Velites here. We've got the giant skeletal warrior who is... Oh, he just took a nice fireball to the face there, thanks to Pluto. But Pluto, he's very close to falling down the hole. Do not keep backing up, Pluto, please. It's just Pluto, though, I think, left. Hits the shield, manages to block a Banshee... Are those Banshee attacks, or are they Necromancer? I want to say that they're Necromancer attacks, but I don't know. I've never really used either of those units before, so I have no idea. Pluto, he's super close to falling down. Maybe the Skeletal Warrior will, like, knock him upwards, maybe? Come on, Giant Skeleton. Knock Pluto up, please. Don't let him fall down like that. Takes a fireball, but he's still alive. Got a ribcage up here. Oh, that's... Oh, I know why that is. That's because that's from Pluto. Oh, there's the head of the giant skeletal warrior, though. The other one. Come on, Pluto. Pluto, please. I just need you to kill these last few skeletals. Please. He can't have much health left, this guy. They did add health bars, but when there's lots and lots of units around... Oh my god. Well, that's one way of getting him away from the hole. I think the Banshee just sort of knocked him up, which is... quite useful, I suppose, actually. That was quite useful of the Banshee. Knocking them up. Don't know how effective it's going to be. Looks like the giant skeletal warrior, though, is going to fall down the hole. Yes. Come on. Fall down the hole. Please. Please. I need Pluto to live. Oh, hit his hand. Hit his hand. That still counts. It's just a case of... Oh no, the skeletal warrior is not falling down the hole anymore. Or is he? No, he is. He's sort of stuck on the edge. He's falling. Yes, he's going down. Unless his shield, like, stops him. But I don't think it's... He's going to take a Banshee with him! And his shield didn't block it. The skeletal warrior just took down a Banshee with him. Oh, that's great. The other Banshee, I think, has actually died. Yes, the other Banshee died. It looks like the Praetorians did actually manage to take him down. Take down one of the Banshees, which is very good. There's just the Necromancer then, and the Fallen Sentinel. I don't know where the Void Cultist went. The Void Cultist must have died, but I didn't see them. Yeah, there's still two Skeletal Warriors as well left, but... Oh no, there's another Skeletal Warrior. There's still three Skeletal Warriors left, and of course Pluto is being horribly inaccurate with his fireballs. Trying to hit that Fallen Sentinel. See if I speed it up, will he get... No, he's not getting more accurate. But it is speeding it up. Looks like the Necromancer, he threw his projectile, but it got blocked by the rock, which is good. Pluto, please, I need you to, like, get involved. I need you to... please. I want to take control of him, but then that would ruin the simulation. I don't want to do that. I only really take control of the standard bearers when they're sort of stopping the units from attacking each other. But Pluto, he's just horribly inaccurate. I've noticed this with Pluto, actually. I've used Pluto a couple of times, and he's just inaccurate with his fireballs. Like, he will consecutively miss every shot that he throws. Like, there he goes again. Is he actually going to hit this one? No, of course not. It's going to go flying way over there. Of course, that's nowhere near anyone else. So, oh, there you go. That one hit the sentinel, the fallen sentinel, but it didn't kill them. That one did. Very good. Finally, Pluto, you managed to land 2 good shots. And now, hopefully, it'll just be a case of the Necromancer and the Skeletal Warriors. Unless the Necromancer falls down, but who knows about that. So, I think I will just speed this up to the end and I will rejoin you then. And there we go. Finally, Pluto did manage to win it for the Romans. But even so, if they didn't have Pluto, that would definitely have been a loss. And you could say it was unfair because the Romans did have a god on their side. But even so, yeah, the Romans just about did manage to do it. It was not a particularly great victory, I will admit. The Romans sort of got... The undead Romans sort of had the floor wiped with them. Because they really did not... I mean, if that giant skeletal warrior hadn't taken down that banshee, who knows what could have happened. But there's the dead. There's the legate. Legate's dead, obviously. Oh, there's one of the other void cultists. Didn't really actually see them do all too much, the void cultists, which I suppose is good for the Romans. But then I suppose that just sort of condemns them more. How did this happen when the when a couple of the enemy units didn't do anything? But yeah. There's one of the giant skeletal warriors, or at least the remains of him, scattered amongst the velites. Obviously, the main combat took place here. You can sort of tell which skeletal remain is Roman and which one isn't, because the Romans tend to have this hue attached to them, thanks to the necromancer/banshees. Yeah, not all too much can really be deciphered here, because skeletons break apart in tabs, which makes sense. When they're no longer undead, the skeleton just sort of falls to the ground because nothing's attached to it. But yes, we do have... Looks like a legionary actually managed to get all the way over here, because that is not a Praetorian helmet. So, as we can see, there's 1 or 2 Praetorians right there. Looks like a Roman legionary, by the looks of it, appeared there. We got scatter. How the hell did this ribcage get over here? How did you get over here? Like, there's the fight. What are you doing over here? You must have been hit with such force that bones just went scattered around. Yeah, not much can really be deciphered here, unlike normal post-battle decipherings, because a lot of both parties were just skeletons. But yes, these Romans, if you're wondering, and haven't seen my Undead Romans before, if you're wondering what differs these between my normal Romans, these guys have got slightly less health, but they attack slightly quicker, they move quicker, yeah, slightly less health, like I said, and do slightly more damage. So that's the difference between these guys and regular Romans. That's sort of the offset. They are slightly more fragile, but they do slightly more damage compared to their living counterparts. And then obviously Pluto is just Pluto. He just sort of throws fireballs. He just sort of throws fireballs with horrible inaccuracy, and occasionally skewer people onto his floating weird demonic limbs. But yeah, there you go. So I'm not sure what I would classify this victory as, because it wasn't particularly a heroic victory for the Undead Romans, considering how much they outnumbered the enemy and how much they just got completely wiped. Mostly thanks to these guys and these guys, I would assume. The actual skeletal warriors don't prove much of a threat. The Undead Sentinels as well, the Romans could just about take on. But even so, probably 10 of them to one batch of legionaries is probably a good amount. But yeah, so there you go. That was just a silly little battle. Undead Romans versus forces of darkness with these giant skeletal warriors. So yes, I'll thank you all for watching, and goodbye.